I just realized like all of these artworks are hung up janky as janky as all hell. This one is a favorite of mine from what I've done this year. It's called I really like a lot of these. This one is called For Colored Girls. So it's not about, I think Youngster CBT has a song called For Colored Girls, and like specifically colored girls. And then it's also talk about like hair texture. I started to think of the idea of like using hair texture, curls, coils, edges, all that shit. So I really was engrossed by that idea. And then also another thing that like guys keep talking about colored girls and like pretty brown eyes and stuff like that. So and then like hair products, how they'd be like promoted or marketed or advertised. And I also wanted to do like an idea of like finding who you are through like your hair, because I see like a lot of colored girls starting off, they like straighten their hair a lot, and then growing up more you start to find like that center point. That's why like there's a lot of colors here, because you don't know what you want to be yet, but you're also confused and like fading into the idea of this is like who you are and this is how your hair works and how your hair texture is. So what I want to do with this one. So yeah, I really like this one. I think it's pretty cool. This is my favorite like duo. I like doing like paintings that have like three follow the same theme art style, or two of them like in succession. So this is a portrait of me and a portrait of my cousin Darren. These artworks are titled My Cousin's Keeper, play on like my brother's keeper part 1, and then my cousin's keeper part 2. So this one is more cold colors, and that one has like more warm colors, but the blue is to bring them like together to make them one. So the background of the artworks are inspired by like colored gang tattoos, and the iconography you would find on them. And this one is also like in conjunction with the one before For Colored Girls, but this is now speaking about like colored men. And yeah, so under that is also like the marketing, advertising, like colored, like curly textured hair, bottle like print, or barbershop like paintings and stuff like that, salons. And but what they're saying is like things that I've heard towards me or towards cousin Dere. So for my cousin's portrait, it's more masculine, his hair's up in a bun, it's a more, that's what I wanted to go for, but at the same time still like incorporating edges and the femininity idea and all that. But saying say hart, kruskop meisiara, snay af. These are things you've heard before. Like heart is more towards the hair texture, and then towards also him as a person. He's more, I'd say, manlier than I am, or more masculine. And then mine would say, sach, because I'm a little soft, sensitive dude, bro. And cut it, mop cop, and then karakul, which is like a scalp sheep. And my hair texture has been like equated to that once. So yeah, I really like these two a lot. They were really fun to work on. A lot of acrylic ink and oil pastels primarily, and then like acrylics in the background. There's also an emphasis on like the tattoos in some places. It's really, I really like these two. Really, out of all of them, this is my most experimental one, because I struggled the most with this one, and it took there's a lot of layers, and there's a process, and there's a lot of paints and oil pastels and mediums and a lot going on. But in the end, I think this one came out cool. So the idea started first. I wanted to do the background, and I really wanted to do like these black squares where I have writing inside. And also at the same time, I'm still following the idea of using like tattoos and the iconography, and idea behind this one was to tell a little story about like these typical like how colored like movies and ideas about how colored dudes are. I wanted to paint like a little family portrait in the style. So this little baby girl, there's a dad who kind of looks like a seplap, a tronco, and the little boy who has like all these sayings that says he's like the older brother, he has to be the man in the house when his dad's not there anymore. Paying homage to Robot Chicken in like stop motion and my love for the culture. There's like little Mickey Mouses in the background too, and so the mouth is like inspired by like Robot Chicken, like stop motion animation, and then there's a little dog, so that's the protector, which is also playing to the idea of the dad being the protector and a provider. And notice how the dog doesn't have teeth, but the dad got sharp teeth because the story is about like abuse and uh, fathers who are there, but they're not necessarily there for the right reason. So yeah, what a doozy. And then this is the last one in the collection that I'll give in because the other one's not dry. So this is also on the bigger side, more experimental. This one is titled Pete Oses 3. So Nil says 3. Yeah, Pete Oses in 3. So yeah, the idea behind this one, there was just like this really cool picture I found, and I wanted to use the girl in the picture, like her portrait, and then like the idea of like throwing like an experience instead of like trying to say something far out, because like I want this one to be really up to people, because I have like different theories about how I feel about it, because this is a portrait of my uncle Foss, my dad's brother, and I wanted to add to add that like personal touch. And this is like the prayer hands there too, which like correlate with faith, so because 5 and 5, put them together, you praying now. I've really been using this pattern a lot lately because I want to like refer to like vaslapa, faduka, handuka, tablecloths and stuff like that. So this is a prayer hands there too. My cousin who just got out of jail has one on his chest, and he was like very young when he got it. So to me as a kid, I was always like, this weird, but if that's what you believe in and that's how you feel about things, because I've seen it with my cousin in Force. This is not my cousin, this is just like my cousin in Force. I've seen they have like a cool bond, but the age gap is there and all that. So I wanted like to do that more. I really like this one too. It might be my favorite out of all of them, because I like this like painting approach. Anyways, I probably have to get skedaddle off to school to go give in the artworks. So exhibition, National Art Gallery on the 13th of June.